If you are living in the US of A, then you probably know that there's a huge vampire rush on. It seems to be the thing for teenagers and tweens and even some adults everywhere. My guest today has written a book, Vampire Fantasies. I didn't know there was such a thing as vampire fantasies. We're going to find out what the obsession is right now. Welcome to the show, Alina.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, you have a website, alina-arts.com, and I will link to that so everybody can find you, where you talk about vampires and also on your blog, your Blogspot blog. Tell me, what is this obsession with vampires?
Well, first of all, I come from the country of vampires, or from vampire country, if you want to put it that way. So I guess there's a connection over there. But lately, there's been a lot of talk, books, art on vampires. And I thought, well, I'll try my own version of vampires. And what I wanted to do with this book is actually to look at the vampire character and to visually capture our fantasies with this creature, because I do believe that it has, we have witnessed the transformation of this character from the old movies, the black and white movies of, Dracula. It was all scary and monster. And nowadays with Twilight, even with the interview with a vampire, which was like quite a few years ago, right? I think we try to make them more like us. We try to humanize them. I don't know if this is a real word.
Tell me, what is the country of vampires?
The country of vampires is Romania.
Okay,
actually, it's Transylvania,
right.
Which just is a region in Romania. But
I was going to guess that, but I didn't want to guess wrong. So, all right, I've got to show a couple of pictures, if I may, because
Sure.
I just think this is. I mean, Alina, I just think this is kind of weird. Now, I know there's a huge following for vampires. I mean, you've got vampire fashion in here. The people that love vampires are going to love this book. Here's another one.
Yeah, I have it actually pretty big here.
Oh, good. So, there, exactly. So,
Sorry.
what's the fascination and the obsession in our culture?
Well, I think we want to like them because they are young and they live forever and they are gorgeous looking and they have superpowers. They are I cannot say superhumans because they're not humans, right? They just have the body of a human, right? But they don't have souls. So we try hard. I think this is my opinion from what I've read and seen and that stuff. I think we desperately want to love them, to make them more like us, because nobody wants to love a monster, right? The monster is not lovable, and doesn't look good, and, it kills you. But vampires still kill you, because otherwise they wouldn't be alive. Well, they wouldn't exist. I wouldn't call it alive because they're the undead, so it's quite a fine line that we walk. But I think we are fascinated by their beauty, their talents, their their ability to live forever, and we cannot. And have you ever seen an old vampire? I haven't. They're all young.
Why do vampires come from Romania?
Well, the Count Dracula, Vlad the Impaler. I actually love the guy very much. If you talk to any Romanian historian, they would deny that Vlad was a vampire, or after his death he became a vampire. I cannot say. I don't think he was, but well, the story lives on. All I know that Vlad, the prince, he was a warrior. He loved his country. He was very tough. He was very cruel in a way, but he was very smart, and he really defended his country, and well, then he became the vampire. We have a vampire park over there, from what I heard. So that's good.
Now,
it brings visitors.
now, who do you think the audience is for this vampire book? Who's buying the books now? Is it young people, teenagers, older people, men, women? Who likes vampires?
Well, I think men and women, and from what I noticed, young people are interested in vampires because they are interested in Twilight, right? Edward is the vampire of the day, and I don't know if it's more men than women. I guess depends. I photograph more men than women. So that I guess it depends on the picture too, and who is in the picture, right? But and there's also, I wanted to mention, there's also a huge, did you know that vampires have social networks?
No, I didn't know that, but
I know,
that's why you're on the show. That's why you're here to educate me.
Yeah, I noticed this one, and I think I mentioned it in one of my blog posts, and there's also a whole society of vampires. You have a vampire with an I, and you have vampire with a Y. And the vampire with a Y, they are these people who embrace the vampire lifestyle, and instead of draining the blood out of you, they, from what I understood, I might be wrong here, they I think they do drink blood, but they transfer energy. They transfer, they drain the life energy, or they give you life energy.
It gives me hope. It gives me hope that you don't know exactly what they do. That makes me feel a little better.
About it. That would be a subject for a next book,
Okay.
So I was trying to do something about this vampire, subject. And I had to start somewhere. So the easiest way for me to start was to hopefully artistically represent the vampire character and our fascination with it, because we are fascinated by it. We
are. Yeah, we are. Now, you have another book in the works? You're planning a whole series?
Yes, I'm planning a whole series. I would like to get more into this vampire lifestyle, and maybe to write more about, like, a non-fiction book on vampires, because there are a lot of fiction books, but to kind of deconstruct the myth of vampire kind of story. So, but I had to start somewhere, and I appreciate, being here. It's
a very interesting book. It's a collection of vampire photography, and the photos are actually very beautiful, very nicely done, and I congratulate you on that. People can find out more about you at Alina-arts.com.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they can link over to your blog from there?
Yes, they can link to my blog, and I have all, my Facebook, link to my Facebook, Twitter, and all those social networks. And I also wanted to take the opportunity to thank my models, because they are my friends, and they are vampire models, but they really work with me, and they put their time and energy and passion into this, and I really appreciate it, because it's very hard to find people, like this, to work on a project that you're passionate about. So they were passionate with me.
Anyone that's interested in vampires, head on over to the website, get yourself a copy of the book, give out a few for your friends at Christmas. Thanks for joining me today on the show.
I appreciate it.